Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to the panel, and thank you for taking the time to be here. And we certainly appreciate your investment of time and your energies towards making sure the taxpayers' information is as secure as possible. And I certainly know firsthand that identity theft is a terrifying experience, and one that we should all hope that all taxpayers have an opportunity to avoid. But the reality of it is that what we've seen over the last several years is too many taxpayers having too much information exposed inappropriately and, frankly, very, very poor results. Unfortunately, there seems to be a systemic failure at the IRS in protecting taxpayer information, despite repeated warnings that the IRS needed to strengthen and modernize the protection of taxpayer information. Due to these failures, I've received a number of emails from constituents throughout South Carolina, one in the last couple of days specifically from a taxpayer in Lexington, South Carolina, who seemed just bewildered at what the federal government, specifically the IRS, is doing to protect personal information. I'm interested in learning more about what the IRS is doing. We certainly have heard a number of presentations and a lot of information about some programs that would be successful. Other than what's already been mentioned, what else do you think should be done and can be done? If you could take maybe 60 seconds to share that with me.
We're doing a wide range of things. One is we are getting ready to establish a significantly increased authentication protocol. It will mean more taxpayers won't be able to answer the questions or get in, but it will make the system more secure. As noted, we're moving to protect the systems with PIV cards so people can only access emails or servers with personal identity cards. We are working, the private sector is working very closely with us, and we have a public relations campaign going with them out to taxpayers, trying to give them information on how to protect their data. I would stress the accesses that have been obtained at the IRS were by criminals able to masquerade as taxpayers because they already had the information on the taxpayers. So we think it's important for individuals to be careful with what they do with their information, not to give out their Social Security numbers, not to use the same user ID and passwords all across the board, because we're all in it together.
Thank you very much. Another issue that we've had many conversations about, and certainly one that I think should be deeply troubling to all of us, is the ruling last month by the Sixth Circuit Court that basically said United States versus NorCal Tea Party Patriots demanding that the IRS stop their games of delay and deception and turn over the documents requested by the plaintiffs. In fact, the Sixth Circuit called the conduct displayed by the IRS attorneys outside the tradition of defending the nation's interest in enforcing its laws. And while we spend a lot of time on cyber breaches, the reality of it is that protecting all taxpayers is key, should be one of our top priorities. Has the IRS complied with that court order?
We have complied with that court order. We've given the plaintiffs the information they requested, the names and addresses of the organizations. As you know, our strong view was that was taxpayer information, that we'd give have a lot of applications for a lot of things, whether it's private letter rulings or applications to become a C3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. And oftentimes people, when they apply, don't assume that the fact of application will be made public. So we disagreed with the court, but we have complied with the court because we have that order. But we've only complied with the information specifically in that case, and we've only done it in that case. We have not made a decision about any other case.
Thank you.